Okay, I'm going to quickly go through the steps to create your multiple me in Photoshop. So the first thing you do is you open your first image, and it works best if you get the image with you farthest away if you happen to use depth in it, but I'm just going to go ahead and open that one. And so you have your first layer. After that, you don't open them anymore. You always place embedded. So let's go to File, Place Embedded, and let's get my second picture. So as soon as it's here, you have to hit your check mark to accept that. You use your magnetic lasso, or not your magnetic lasso, your lasso tool, to draw a quick selection around yourself. You don't have to be right up next to yourself, but you don't want to get too far away either. I'm doing this rather quickly since I'm doing a recording, but then you connect it up at the top, and there you're selected. After that, you have to inverse your selection so the background is selected. If you try to delete now, you'll get an error message. So what you do is you work with the layer. This is a layer I'm working on. You right click and you rasterize the layer first. And now when I hit delete, I deleted the background and I have two of Zoe. Command D will deselect. Now, if it doesn't look great, you can kind of see some shadows and things like that there. We can do something to fix that, but I'm going to walk through these steps again. File, Place Embedded. I'm going to grab my third picture. Going to hit the check mark. Going to use my lasso, make a quick selection. Again, you guys, I would want you to take your time on this, but I don't want this to be a 5-minute video, so I'm going to do it quickly. So there's my selection. I have to inverse my selection always. I have to rasterize the layer I'm working with. I hit delete on my keyboard, and I hit Command D to deselect. Okay, a little bit of shadowing here that I would want to get rid of. Maybe here you can see where I made my selection. So this is a good one for me to use this example. So if you have that happen, and you probably will because of the differences in lighting, you come down here to the mask, add a layer mask, and that's right here. You make sure your color scheme here is black and white. Okay, so you can click that, you can reverse it. It has to be black on top, white on the bottom, and then you grab your brush tool. Now you can adjust your brush tool with the brackets to the right of the P key, and all you do now is you take your time and you brush away this little shadow here where you can see where you did the selection. Okay, if you want to leave a little shadow down there, that's good. Okay, right in here I see some. I'm just kind of painting that away. Okay, that looks better. File, Place Embedded. Gonna grab my fourth picture, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double click it, hit the check mark to accept it. Use my magnetic lasso, and I can see she did some overlap with the picture with her sitting up there. So I'm going to do a quick job. I'm going to grab the shadows too. Quick selection of her. Select inverse, rasterize layer, hit delete, Command D. Okay, so there is obvious overlapping here. That's where the layer mask comes in handy. Here's your layer mask again. Black, white, paintbrush tool or the brush tool. Very carefully now, brush over the overlap. You can let go every now and then and start. So I want to get right up next to her hair. Some overlap here. And I see this I don't want. You know, you just take your time and you get rid of anything here that you feel makes it unrealistic. So I'm just kind of taking my time and painting away. If you want to leave some shadow there, you can. She had a little shadow there too, didn't she? But that's what you do when you overlap. Okay, not bad. File, Place Embedded. Grab my fifth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see how she did here. Might be a little overlap, but let's see. Magnetic lasso. Quick selection. select inverse, right click rasterize, hit delete. Command D, definite overlap. No big deal. Add a layer mask, black, white, brush tool, brush that overlap away. Oops. You could do that if you want. You know, however you want to make it look. You just use the mask. So that's okay. Oops, I went a little too far. So if you go too far, all you do is reverse and go white, black, and you can get it back. Okay. Okay, so that's really quickly how to do multiple me in Photoshop.